Hi you two. So this is about publishing blogs, chapter 5. Some of you know what blogs are, some of you don't. You probably both know what they are. I personally don't use blogs all that much, but blogs have actually morphed into uh, fairly substantial sites in some instances. For example, the Huffington Post, which was showcased in this chapter as what began as a blog, and I guess technically still is a blog. It really is a news site anymore for many readers. And that's the benefit of a blog. A blog is just a website that somebody has put up to talk about something that's of interest to them. In the case of the Huffington Post, it started out simply as a site to be one source, one convenient source of news that you could access 24/7 so that and get the same two different kinds of expanded news that you'd find on a network, a cable, or one of the portals like MSN. And one of the great marketing benefits of a blog is that if you are a brand like M&M, then you can just talk about things that relate to your particular brand, and you can get people involved again in the communication around that particular product. Or if it's a topic, global warming, you can get people engaged in conversations, both pros and cons, and simply again become sort of a place where exchange of ideas occurs, and a place where, if as an outside person looking in, you can get an idea of more or less what the social temperature or pulse is for a particular issue at any given point in time. It's also not a bad place for a business, I guess, to not only explain what it is they do, but to pick up comments of different nature, both pros and cons, around your brand. So again, it's a website that showcases a particular, in some cases, brand of a person's ideas. If you're a writer, an author, you can talk about your books. You can engage yourself in conversations. It can be around medical issues that people can exchange experiences around or knowledge around. It can be all sorts of things. As far as what distinguishes it from other social media, it's more along the lines of published documents or articles. It's findable, social, viral in many cases. In the case of Huffington Post, it can be syndicated, and you can link. It's often linked from other sources. All of which, by the way, would have advantages for a company and or their product or service. Many blogs are accessed from other social sites like Twitter or Facebook, Pinterest, that sort of thing. I mentioned earlier that one of the benefits of a blog is to learn sort of the tone of the online community across a number of different topics. From a marketing standpoint, there are many benefits to a blog that mirror to some extent other benefits of other social marketing venues. You can talk directly with your customers. It's a great place to impart knowledge, up-to-date information about your product or service. Given the nature of the conversations, you can get the perspective on a issue or a product from both sides of the fence that are looking at it. You can generate word-of-mouth marketing, get some buzz going on, and again, you can get feedback. As far as how effective a blog is in your overall marketing program, that relates directly to its fit with your overall marketing objectives. What makes a good objective is that it's typically quantified. So, if your objectives are to build brand awareness by 20%, increase customer satisfaction by 10%, reduce churn by 10%, whatever the case may be, build brand awareness, a blog might fit into any one of those objectives. And it is just one component that you would use to achieve that overall objective. I think one of the big things when you think about having a blog is, do you or someone else within the organization have the expertise to initiate it and maintain it? And maintaining blogs are difficult because they have to be refreshed regularly. In the case of Huffington Post, it's a news source, so it's refreshed daily. But if it's a blog around a particular company or this, you don't have to do it daily, but you still have to have regular new content, otherwise people will not come back. So you have to have somebody that has that expertise, that creativity to write something regularly, and your business or your service or whatever it is you're talking about has to be, quote, big enough, unquote, to support a blog. So, as always, with any kind of product or service, you need to ask yourself, you need to know your customer. Who is my customer? And in the case of the blog, it's who are my customers and how are they why are they interested or passionate about my particular subject, brand, whatever the case may be. Because what you're trying to do, let's say if you're an author or if you're a news source, you're trying to build an audience around a set of topics or even broad topics in the case of the Huffington Post. Normally, though, they're far narrower than that, and you want to build an audience for that niche that wants to come back and get updated information on a regular basis. So your content needs to be specialized in some nature, not easily replicated in other sources, and again, remain current on an ongoing basis. So tips for successful blogging would include catchy titles, updated frequently, which I've talked about. The posts are focused. It's usually a niche target to some extent. You have a discussion area where you in comments. You promote the blog. You often do that by links on other sites to your blog where there's a fit. So if the focus is health or around certain kinds of diseases, you would have links from other medical websites, insurance sites, HMO sites to your particular blog. You engage with others, try to stay positive, not negative, and this cross-promote at the end, again, is about an interrelationship in links between what it is your blog is about and how that is a constructive fit with other sites. And then at the end of the day, stand by your content.